Meet Alex, a young entrepreneur with big dreams but little direction. One day, Alex finds himself at a bustling startup networking event, feeling out of place among established professionals and industry leaders. He glances around, spotting groups deep in conversation, and wonders how he'll ever make meaningful connections. But then, he remembers a story he once heard about Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She started with just $5,000 and a dream, but what truly set her apart was her ability to network. Sarah often shared how she leveraged every opportunity to meet people, from pitching her idea at trade shows to connecting with mentors who believed in her vision. Inspired, Alex decides he can do the same. With a deep breath, Alex approaches a small group and strikes up a conversation about their businesses. As the night goes on, he hears stories of how successful CEOs like Richard Branson and Howard Schultz built their empires by nurturing relationships. Branson often emphasizes that your network is your net worth, and Schultz transformed Starbucks by connecting with coffee producers and passionate investors. Feeling emboldened, Alex realizes that networking isn't just about handing out business cards. It's about forging genuine connections that can help propel his dreams forward. While Alex might be a fictional character, you need to put yourself in the shoes of Alex if you want to grow your business connections. And that's where this video comes in. The power of networking, how to grow your business connections. Join us as we explore the stories of successful leaders who turned simple conversations into life-changing opportunities. Discover strategies and insights that will empower you to build a network that could elevate your business journey. Let's get started. So, why is networking so important? Can't you just focus on your work and let it speak for itself? Well, yes and no. No matter how amazing your product or service is, it won't matter if no one knows you exist. That's where networking comes in. It's not just about shaking hands or exchanging business cards. It's about building relationships, making connections, and getting your name out there in the right circles. Let me give you an example. You've probably heard the saying, "It's not what you know, it's who you know." And while that might sound a bit cliché, there's a lot of truth to it. The most successful entrepreneurs, CEOs, and business leaders didn't get there purely on their own. They had mentors, partners, and networks that helped them along the way. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey. None of these icons made it without leveraging the power of their networks. When you think about networking, don't just think about what people can do for you today. Think about it as a long-term investment. It's like planting seeds. Some will sprout quickly, and others will take time. But over the years, those relationships can turn into valuable partnerships, collaborations, or even friendships. It's all about playing the long game. Now, let's get one thing straight. There's a right way and a wrong way to network. One of the biggest mistakes people make is treating networking like a transaction. They go into it thinking, "What can this person do for me?" That mindset is a recipe for disaster. Have you ever been at a networking event where someone immediately starts selling to you? You can sense it from a mile away. It's all about them, and you're just another potential customer. How does that feel? Not great, right? Networking should never feel like a sales pitch. It's not about what you can take from others. It's about what you can give. When you approach networking with a genuine interest in others, asking how you can help, share value, or collaborate, you'll be amazed at how much more receptive people are. They'll want to help you in return because you've already shown you're not just in it for yourself. Think of it like this. Imagine you're walking into a room full of people, and instead of thinking, "Who here can benefit me?" you ask yourself, "How can I add value to these people?" Maybe it's a piece of advice, an introduction to someone they should meet, or even just taking the time to listen. That simple shift in mindset can make a world of difference in how people respond to you. Okay, now let's talk about something that's really changed the game: online networking. In today's digital world, you don't need to be at a conference or event to network. Social media platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, and even Instagram have made it easier than ever to build meaningful business connections from anywhere in the world. But here's the catch. Not all online networking is created equal. A lot of people approach it like they're collecting followers or connections, thinking the more they have, the better. But the reality is, it's not about the number of connections, it's about the quality of them. Let's take LinkedIn, for example. It's an amazing tool for professionals, but if you're just sending generic connection requests without any context, you're wasting your time. You have to be intentional with your outreach. Instead of hitting connect and moving on, take a few minutes to personalize your message. Mention something specific about their profile that stood out to you. Maybe they wrote an article that you found insightful, or they're in an industry that you're passionate about. Show genuine interest in their work and let them know you'd love to learn more about what they do. That kind of approach is far more likely to get a positive response. And here's a pro tip. Don't just focus on connecting with people who are already at the top of their game. Sure, it's great to connect with CEOs and thought leaders, but don't overlook those who are growing alongside you. Your peers today might be the industry leaders of tomorrow, and growing together can lead to some of the most fruitful relationships down the line. Online networking is powerful, but let's not forget the good old-fashioned in-person networking. Whether it's at a conference, a meetup, or even a casual coffee meeting, face-to-face interactions can leave a lasting impression. But I get it. Walking into a room full of strangers can be intimidating. How do you even start? Here's a simple trick. Focus on being curious about the other person. Everyone loves to talk about themselves, and you can use that to your advantage. Instead of trying to come up with the perfect pitch about yourself, start by asking questions like, "What brought you to this event?" Or, "Tell me more about what you do." When you show genuine interest in the other person, the conversation flows naturally. You're not trying to impress them, you're just getting to know them. And here's the best part. As they talk, you'll find natural openings to share what you do, creating a real connection instead of a forced one. Also, remember this: quality over quantity. Don't try to network with every single person in the room. Focus on having a few deep, meaningful conversations rather than spreading yourself too thin. A handful of strong connections is far more valuable than a stack of business cards. One more thing, don't forget the follow-up. After you meet someone, send them a quick message or email within a couple of days. Mention something specific from your conversation and let them know you're looking forward to staying in touch. It's a small gesture that goes a long way in building lasting relationships. Let's shift gears a bit and talk about something that's crucial for successful networking: your personal brand. You see, your personal brand is essentially what people think of when they hear your name. It's how you're perceived by others, both online and offline. Your personal brand isn't just your job title or your business, it's the value you bring, your reputation, and how you make others feel when they interact with you. Are you known for being reliable, helpful, and collaborative? Or do people think of you as someone who's only out for themselves? Crafting a strong personal brand is essential for building trust and credibility within your network. To build your personal brand, you need to be consistent. This means showing up the same way, whether it's on social media, at a networking event, or in a casual conversation. Share your expertise, but don't be afraid to show your personality and your journey. People connect with stories, not just facts and figures. Authenticity is key here. You don't need to be someone you're not. In fact, trying to put on a persona will only push people away. Be genuine, be yourself, and let your passion for your work shine through. That's what people are drawn to. Now, here's the part that most people overlook. Networking doesn't stop after you meet someone. It's not a one-and-done deal. To truly grow your business connections, you need to nurture those relationships over time. Think of your network like a garden. You can't just plant seeds and walk away. You need to water them, give them sunlight, and tend to them regularly. It's the same with relationships. Stay in touch with the people in your network. Send them articles or resources they might find helpful. Congratulate them on their achievements. Check in just to see how they're doing. These small gestures build rapport and show that you value the relationship. The key is to be consistent. Don't only reach out when you need something. That's a surefire way to make people feel used. Instead, make networking a regular part of your routine and nurture your relationships with authenticity and care. Over time, you'll build a network of people who are genuinely invested in your success, and vice versa. So, there you have it. The power of networking is about much more than just shaking hands or collecting LinkedIn connections. It's about building meaningful, long-lasting relationships that can help you grow both personally and professionally. Remember, approach networking with a mindset of giving rather than taking. Focus on being authentic, nurturing your connections, and showing up.